We're back in action. OpenHours. I don't even know what one this is. I put it up. It's there somewhere. What is it? Let's check it. 39. We'll go back. A little work on the website today, people. A little work. I got rid of the one photo. I liked it, but I didn't like it because I lost the actual original, and I had writing on it that I wanted to change. I went in and took out the one services page. It's unpublished for now. I need to make some changes to it. But I did do, well, I have changes I talked about yesterday. I added OpenHours down here. I plan on adding the after hours stuff also. We got the about section. I changed it and added, basically it's just 2 photos in a gallery. But the about is basically about the store. And then DTPC podcast, still not revived. Hopefully coming in 2018. If not, 2019 we'll get a good start. I changed a little here on the what we does. I still have a post that needs published. I'm just missing a picture, and I'll have to retake it if I cannot find it. And then obviously the contact page. That is dtcomputers.online, and then depending what page you click on, you'll have another little thing there. Alright, we'll go there and get off of the screen. Thank you for joining me. For today's train wreck, we have a box. And we got some blue stuff. So first we'll open the box and see what's what in this box. We think we know what it is, but we're gonna leave the actual reveal for the live stream. Oh wow, okay. Look at mini roll bubble wrap, okay. And that's all that's in there. No. I think I know, I'm fairly certain that this is something we've been waiting on for one of our devices. If I'm not mistaken, we'll open that up and check, confirm our suspicions. We're gonna check with the suspect. So, little website work, little repair work, and touching back on yesterday's live stream, the clean screen. I did upload a photo stating what originally went on with that, and that was a case of, and here, just for reference, we have the paperwork here, and we have the device. The first time this came in back in April of 2017, we did the same identical repair, replaced the digitizer to find out that the logic board, the ports were broken on the logic board, and it is not going to work, not until that logic board is replaced. The touch functionality will not work. The customer, client, person only uses this in a laptop configuration with the touchpad and the keyboard. We are going to get him a more up-to-date price on the logic board because he's gone off of the price that we gave him in April of 2017 for a logic board for this device. So we're going to get a price on that and see about restoring the touch functionality on this. I know I posted that he didn't want to do it, and that was from the original time, but apparently now he does. So yeah, just a little update on yesterday's live stream. I thought it was something like that, but I wasn't sure. I didn't want to open my mouth or make a post or say anything until I was 100% certain. Alright, and what this is for our Insignia tablet that has been sitting in the background. I know it's blurry and there's a lot of stuff. Not this one. This is another Asus transformer, just a different color. And maybe, I think it's even a different model, but we have an Insignia tablet there that needs an internal LCD and a few other parts that we now have. So, yes. Yeah. Did they say, Dave, if this whole thing worked? So the whole thing works. All right, awesome. Okay, so we have, for our Insignia tablet, the whole thing works. We're going to go ahead and throw that together later, hopefully during this stream. Let's move on to the main event. Throw it in the pile. Throw it in the pile. And moving on, what we have here is a broken digitizer on a RCA Galileo Pro 11.5-inch tablet. Nice blue tablet, very blue, thus the blues. So we got one of these that needs repaired, and we got a steel on one that is fully functional. So that rather than going the long complicated repair of yanking this digitizer over to and pulling this one and putting it onto this device, we are going to swap the motherboard. So we have this here. Our only actual physical connection is the Wi-Fi antenna is soldered on. It is not removable like on the transformer from yesterday. So we're going to have to unroute our, and funny enough, the other end of the Wi-Fi antenna is just a sticker with some copper under that black tape sticker thing, and it runs back and is soldered to the motherboard. So we're going to undo that, undo our few ribbon cables, and here are some fairly big FPC connectors is what I call them. I'm probably 100% wrong on that. Can we show you? That white thing, center screen there, that is an FPC connector, and then the black tab on it actually flips up to unlock the ribbon cable. These are the big things that people don't like being gentle with them all the time, and they take and pry on it and it snaps it up out of there. Not saying you can't put them back in, but once you snap it up out of there, it's more than likely going to give you a headache. And if you're very, very patient, well, I guess you wouldn't have ripped it out of there in the first place, but you can get them back in, but it takes a level of patience that I usually don't even have, and I'm pretty patient with this stuff. However, we're not breaking that one today. What's up, man? You losing it?
No, I need to borrow this cut. I got this.
Oh, taking your guys' tools.
Yeah, I'll give them back.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get my big head out of the way. And we're going to start. Oh, actually, we're not going to do it that way. We're going to do our common. Not that one. Do we want this one? Yes, this one. The mouse pad flipped upside down, the rubber grip keeps your device from sliding a whole heck of a lot. And we're going to pop up our FPC connector lock. Alright. 3 ribbon cables loose. Wi-Fi cable is loose. It seems we only have the battery and the speaker to go. And then we can unmount this logic board, motherboard, take the brain out of this box, and we're gonna put it in another one. Well, thank you. Now, merely a few screws. I wonder how far I could zoom this in, this view. Yeah, we'll leave it there. It's just, we got like 3-4 screws on a motherboard that we're pulling out. And then we're going to put this into, or open the other one up quick. That one, and I realized I didn't do this on the stream. We're going to do the other one, and it's very, very simple. Being that the other one, the digitizer is broken, it probably should come open a lot easier. What are we tied down with right now? A screw or mounted to the camera? I'm thinking the camera is what's stuck. Yes, there is indeed a camera there. Go ahead and get our plastic pry tool and see about removing this. Alright, so we have one camera out. And we have one more that's being a pain. It is stuck. We will need to retrieve this camera as well. I do not want to rip the connector for it, even though we have a spare. There we go. We're going to take a peek under there and see where does this camera connect at currently. In which way? Okay, so it is a very long ribbon cable that runs along the motherboard. If we pick up, okay, this camera here has a ribbon cable. It's tucked down in a hole, stuck down with some adhesive, and then the ribbon cable runs this way on the motherboard, takes a turn, and plugs in here. So we're going to try and get the ribbon cable to release off the logic board, motherboard, call it what you will. Alright, okay, so I lied. Two cameras share the same ribbon cable, and that's not really something we want to rip. Wow, that one's in there. Alright, let's get our pry tool. In this case, an X-Acto knife, and there we go. I can show you. Alright, now this is the good device. We are putting the customer's device from this motherboard and this one into the good one instead of playing with the digitizer. And then we do have some other parts if anything else breaks on this. Not likely, but very, very possible. Alright, let's set this aside. Move this and onto this one. Alright, opening up one of these, what I call it, RCA Galileo Pro. RCA definitely, I don't know if you can see the RCA right there. Yes, RCA Galileo Pro 11.5 inch tablet, version Android, unsure. You can have 3 screws here, 2 screws here, and then 2 on the other side. On some of these, when you look, you may, if you're going to open one of these up, you may, okay, so let's look at the same side together. And this is a very good comparison. Ooh, my magnets came out. Let me get those off there. Obviously magnets on the same side, one's loose. When looking at these, we are looking at the same side of, and you may be inclined to think that they have they had 3 screws on this side and then 2 visible here and then another 2 on this end, that possibly if you're looking at your device and it has a sticker here thinking there's a screw under it, that is your serial number sticker. Don't worry about peeling it up. There is no screw under there. Don't ruin your serial number sticker looking for a screw. There's not one there, I promise you. There are only 2, and then 3. The top, it snaps all the way around. But yeah, you literally have 7 screws to pull out and a little bit of prying to open up this device. Ooh, we don't want to mix them. Black and silver time check. It is 3:39 in the PM. Good afternoon anyways, I never did say that. I really should have Facebook up and try to monitor that. Sadly, I never do. Never do. Hey Dave, you want to be a producer? You want to be?
What would you like to produce, sir?
A manager? Monitor the live chat. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have any kind of gathering like that. I soon hope to, though. I hope me making an ass out of myself repeatedly, day after day after day.
Pays off somewhere.
Yeah, well, even if it don't pay off, I just hope that people can come and laugh and have a good time and get a little chuckle in their day. Alright, we have removed all those screws. Now we're going to try and find a point to get our metal pry tool in. I used the plastic one the first time around on the other one without the broken glass because I didn't want to risk prying. And metal is harder than plastic. Obviously, common sense says. Oh, and it's something I didn't say before I go any further. There are 2 screws on the back. So you have 3, 2, 2, and then 2 back here. Metal will always mark plastic because it's harder. Not saying you can't mark metal with plastic, I'm sure you could. And being that metal will mark plastic easy, when prying you could potentially pry a little too hard and crack the digitizer glass. After all, it is very thin. So if you have a plastic pry tool that you can get in to this gap, let's see here, do we get it? Yeah, okay. So we got one spot open, and again I said this digitizer is broken. Not really worried about breaking it, but we're still, for practice, I'm going to switch over to our plastic pry tool. Wow, I think this is like the 3rd time I've had one of these plastic pry tools work the way it was intended. You take and slide it along the device and it actually undoes the latches. Alright, where's the hold up over here, people? And there it is. Another thing I noticed with tearing these down, this is only ever the third one of these that I've torn apart. The 2 today and one other time. Some devices, when you tear them down, you may notice when you get 3 of the sides undone that it'll just slide right out, and I'm sure I could pull hard enough and just yank the whole thing right out of there. But no, the way these are built, it's actually locked in on the 4th side, and you need to undo those latches to let it come out without flexing, bending, breaking your blue, I guess it would be a top lid or a tablet, the back of the tablet if you're using it as strictly as a tablet, top lid if you're using it as a laptop. So something I noticed about this that is not real common with most tablet / laptop devices, once you get 3 sides out, they normally come right apart. But this is the Pro model, the Galileo Pro 11.5 inch. Wonderful, magical device. You need to undo all 4 sides. Okay. I'm going to keep this device all together. This, simply doing a motherboard swap with the cameras. We could possibly unlock the ribbon cable for the motherboard and see how that goes. I don't know. We'll wait till we get there. Looking at this other, looking at this one. Yeah, see, we didn't rip this ribbon cable, so if one had ripped, we got a spare. But no, I don't think we're going to rip it. And we just literally need this to go here. So, zoom back in a little and start working on these. Unlock those 3. Oh, who be calling that phone? Where is it? Over here? Palmco. Your Google business list of blah blah blah.
Yeah, certainly.
It's, dude, that's... Okay. The Wi-Fi antenna comes loose fairly easy. Alright, let's take that out. That is loose. A few screws, the cameras, and we'll be good. Alright. What else we got? We got a battery again and the speaker. That's undone. Screws are out. We should have 2 cameras and we need to unstick one of them. If we can get the ribbon cable loose a little to get in there to pry, sure we can. We will go in with our X-Acto knife again and release the adhesive. I don't feel like unsticking 2 cameras. Alright, now, broken device, customer's motherboard, still customer's motherboard, and device going back in. So, let's get our cables out of the way here and there. Move that and that. And see, where does it go? Right there, there, and there. Alright, screw holes are all lined up. Let's throw some screws in to start the reassembly. Hey Beepy, what are you doing over there?
Well,
Did you break it or fix it?
paper empty tray. Paper tray empty.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Still warming up. That paper tray's still empty.
Yeah, some people have no luck with devices.
Yeah.
But hey, we can't go into that.
This thing works on.
Does it? Did it print?
It ain't gonna print on the paper tray.
You don't have the paper tray at all?
Bring it.
Don't we have an
Got
extra?
another one here.
Yes, we do. The paper tray? What is that thing? A Samsung? Did you find it? That should be it. Ooh, is it Palmco again? Everett, PA. Who calls us from Everett? We'll see anyhow. dtcomputers. Do not hang up. Her name is Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi Ashley, sorry. We're busy doing actual work. I mean as actual as you can get when you're playing with electronics and toys that you really don't mind playing with. Okay, so we're going to wait on plugging in that for the moment. Alright, now let's get that there. Get it all connected. Okay, so something isn't right with that, plugging that in. Oh, there it goes. Some of these ribbon cables on these FPC connectors are a pain. Again, I got an aging, old, malfunctioning brain. malfunctioning hands, coordination, all that. So usually the skinnier the cable, the more problems it gives me. But hey, I try. Yeah, the skinnier the cable, the harder it is usually for me to plug in. That's just, you know, a personal thing. Wide ones, usually not too much trouble until you get into the big fat wide ones. Some of them, they tuck them through tight spots. It's a nightmare getting them to go in. Alright, are you gonna go? You went? Thank you. Alright, all that is done. We have our connections made. We're gonna plug that back in now. Reroute our Wi-Fi antenna through its little channel where it locks it down under tabs. I'm sure there's technical names for most of this stuff. I don't care to know them, and I don't have that much room in my brain for information like that. Oh no, not a super technical person on some things, I suppose. Alright. Let's go there. Okay. Good enough. Now let's try and get our antenna nice and straight. As straight as we're going to get it. Which they give us a nice little landing pad for the sticker. Doesn't mount entirely straight, but it's on how it was from the factory. So we'll check over our connections. Wi-Fi antenna is stuck down, stuck to nothing else, routed through, so we won't have any pinch points there. I'm going to unlock this ribbon cable. It is sitting a little crooked, enough to make a difference. I don't think so, but I'm going to go ahead and just check it anyways and see. Yeah, so usually they sit a little straighter in there, so let's try and see if that's side, or is it just that they cut their one trim, or the lip for getting a grip on it. Is it cut crooked? It is. It actually is. It's not straight. Normally they make those things pretty straight. The little tabs for getting these to, giving you the leverage to get them in there. Alright. So, Wi-Fi antenna is good, no pinch points, ribbon cable, ribbon, battery, speaker. 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. We have 4 black ones for the other motherboard. So now, let's go ahead and start the reassembly process of this one. Which side came out last? The top or the bottom? I don't know. I see one problem already. Okay, being that both tablets are like that, is that a real thing? They don't have a lens over the cameras? Huh. Really now? Okay, well, I suppose they don't. You don't have to, right? Did you try it? Did it print? What's the story? Don't know yet. Okay, indeed, back together. And broken? Broken. Coffee break, people, coffee break. Is it yelling at you? Mm-hmm. Tell me it jammed again. Something. Really? Mm-hmm. Lift up the next lid. Dig down one layer.
Yep.
Really?
This roller right here, it's not letting it go through right here.
Which roller?
Roller fuses.
Is there something wrong with them?
It looks like.
Hmm.
Looks like they're coming in and they're stopping right there because the roller's going to feed right.
And you can't really have that open and have it try and feed any paper through, right? Yeah, I don't even know how we're gonna have to get a super bright light and shine it in there and poke around and see what's. There's got to be some stop point that's hitting paper and binding it.
It's right there. You can see it.
You can see where it's hitting, but why is it hitting? Is the roller out of place? Is it not reassembled correctly? Like, which was it not put together? Is something broken and not letting it sit in the right spot? We got to figure out which, what the cause is on that, because just feeding paper through it and having it bunch it up is going to do nothing. You know what I mean?
No, it's paper jam. I got the paper now.
You probably got to cycle it again. Still saying paper jam even after the jam's out? I had a, and this is for everybody out there too. I had a Samsung printer, a duplexer. It would print on both sides, just monochrome, not color, laser printer. And I love that printer, man, but it did not jam up. But this thing, is that a color or black and white you're working on?
Color.
Color? Yeah, this Samsung, that's a Samsung, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this Samsung color laser printer has been an absolute nightmare, both for the customers and us, ever since it was new, like day one. And probably should have been, we should have took it out and got shotguns out and something. Okay, so, what's that?
Just cannot hitting something.
Let's take a look at it here. What's that?
Hitting something right in the middle. It's not. It's kind of just crinkling it right up.
There's got to be something all out of sorts. So we have the RCA Galileo Pro back together. We're going to go ahead and plug into the DC power port, get its charge on, get its charge going. DC 5 volt in, get it powered up, and verify the touch is touching, doing what it do. Boy, I don't like the grippers on that thing, man. Alright, let's go for the power. No power? No power? Of course, I don't even know if that's the power button yet. Let's, yes, that is power button.
I'm gonna try changing the rollers.
The rollers?
These are a lot nicer.
So, is this one just so dead it's not turning on, or what? Let's let it charge for a little bit, and we will stop back. Wow, they lost all their feet. Okay. Before it's DC 5 volt in, doing what it does. Still, you would think, shouldn't this turn on right away? Isn't that how Android devices are supposed to work? Okay, so I did say Friday train wreck. This may be it. I love it. I love it when you take time and do something, and yeah, it seems as though it is laughing at you. I do have another charger cord here. We're gonna take a look at that right now. Let me grab that to see, because that cord, I know it seems like it works and it's lighting up, but something is just telling me, because it's all bent and is it bent, worn out, junked up. We're gonna go for this little universal adapter. Unplug that. we can verify that we need the positive in the center from the map on the actual device. I'm going to put the positive side to the tip marking on. Okay, and we have 3, 4.5, and 6. We're going to try 4.5 first. And see if that gives a charge, or if that is going to not charge. Alright, so 4.5 gives us no light. Let's go up 1 to 6. Yeah, still nothing. So, wrong size port, maybe? Let's compare. Well, it definitely looks bigger. Wow, that's just so bent. Let's plug it in one more time and see. Okay, indeed. We have one more cable. Let me find that. Where did it go? That's not it, not it, not it. Not it. Well, not it. Alright people, I don't think I have the other cable here for this device. I'm going to take a quick look around the shop, and if that's a definite no, well, there you have it. That is open hours for today. We're getting toward that time. Anyways, not as close as other days, but we'll plug in the stock one, see if it is completely dead and needs a charge. It does appear that it's charging. We're getting a very mini blue light. We get no response though when we have it plugged in. So I suppose it could be a really dead battery. I don't know. We're gonna let that go for a little bit and call that the stream for today. What time is it? 4:03. Yes. So officially we're gonna be done. We have some fun stuff here. If I can get that won't work. We'll try this one. We got an all-in-one setting here. Sadly, that's not going to be here for very long. We have the Insignia tablet to throw back together. Here's what you got to ask yourself. Is the battery dead? Should we try this battery? Well, hopefully not. Hopefully this one will charge. We got the nuisance printer up there that, yes, for whatever reason, is hassling us both. We have a desktop, 2 more laptops. We even have a MacBook here. None of which have been, we didn't dive into any of them yet, but we will. So, once again, thanks for joining us on Open Hours. We do appreciate it. Go and check out the website. Let's throw that up quick again, dtcomputers.online, if I can throw that up there. A few changes to the homepage about, just some overall little changes, tweaks. I'm going to work on the font, the colors, a few other things, add after hours down here as well. And, obviously you've probably seen this on Facebook. I do have the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, and the one for the podcast Sunday. Every Sunday at 2 we do the live stream for the podcast. I don't have the website pulled up. And I wanted to say one other thing real quick. Something I've been watching, which is kind of relaxing if I do get time to watch some videos at night after work, after both jobs, or after when I only don't work doing the delivery. There's a guy on YouTube, Joe Robinette, and this is his channel. He does this bushcraft style camping and goes out, camps, builds a little wooden framework bed that he out of trees, a shelter out of trees with a tarp, makes a fire reflector, has a fire, and does this in snow, rain, shine. Very interesting. There's a few other YouTubers that do it, and this was the particular video I was watching today. Solo bushcraft camp, natural shelter, wool blanket, raised bed, long fire. Pretty relaxing stuff, if I do say so. I don't want to not making this stream about that guy's content, but very relaxing stuff. Check it out if you have any time. It's kind of interesting. I didn't know that there was people doing these things. Of course, there's people doing a lot of crazy stuff that, I'm sure a lot of us don't know about. So, if you know about people doing crazy stuff, let me know. I'll check it out. Again, thank you for watching. And I'll see everybody Sunday that tunes in for the podcast, hopefully. So,